Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining today's session. So we just want to hear from you any key thing that you learned from the last session on holistic, so that we can speed up.
Hare Krishna. Oh, too many gadgets. Okay. So I would like to hear from you any one key learning that you have learned through this presentation, so that other people can take advantage of it and we can speed up our session.
We should focus on our fundamental identity than our functional identity, because it changes with the change of body that we take at birth and death.
Excellent. Very nice. Any other point? Mohit? You have to be here. Yes. Any other point?
We basically learned what actually helps us. Just identifying ourselves which lies within us. So we should not just concentrate on the physical body rather than also look at the other aspects like mental, spiritual, and emotional self. And we have learned how Krishna takes Arjuna when he has a dilemma in the war, how and where he faces lots of emotional stress and other forms of things.
Very nice, very nice, very good. Any other point? One week, sir. Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. Yeah. So many times when we ask what we have eaten yesterday, it's so difficult to remember. अरे कल खाया क्या था? And I am asking a question of last 1 week. By that time, 50% of memory is already lost. Once we come out of the session itself, so after remembering something 1 week before, it's something that is really touching our heart. Then only it will come out. Otherwise, it is a plain blank paper. Yeah, but very good points that you all have given. So we'll just recap what we have done so far, and then we'll continue our session from there. So we'll start with prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So all our sessions are dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. By his hard effort, all over the world has understood, was trying to understand the importance of Bhagavad Gita. And our whole session of holistic health is derived by the inspiration of His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He gave a wonderful session on holistic health. Most of the content is taken through his lecture. So we covered many things about holistic health. Means not just focusing health from a one dimension. It has to be multi-dimension, because there are many times people are very fit physically, like criminals. They are very fit, but when they talk about mental level, they are fully in different mindset. They are there to harm. They just want to enjoy. So there is a problem. Health wise is good, but at mental level there is a problem. And that the problem is that people are all focusing on physical health, but mental health, no idea. We do not know how to handle it. And if we do not know how to handle our mental health, then it will reflect in our behavior. We become agitated, we become stressful, we become in tension when there are so many. As soon as some problem comes, our temper will be, we are losing our temper, or sometimes too much angry, sometimes irritated. Too many things are coming because something is inside that will come out. So when we say holistic health, it has to take care of our whole being, not only at physical layer, but also as a mental layer. That is, we'll talk about later more dimensions of it. And then at the spiritual level. So all these three, when are in proper balance, in harmony, then the person is called truly healthy. Otherwise, there is some problem. So what we are talking is about the holistic health, health from a multi-dimension perspective. So we talked about swastha. Swastha means situated in one's own self. Now, what is this self? That is a big debate. So that's what uh, dilemma was there with Arjuna, and Arjuna was also in the same stress. I will tell a small short story from Srimadbhagavatam. There was a king. His name was Chitraketu. And Chitraketu was having all the opulence. He was a king having so much luxury that he can enjoy. Everything is there. As soon as he says, 10 people run. And he used to have a very big palace, not 40 by 40 small plot in Bangalore. Very big palace. Lot of gardens are there. Morning walk, jogging, everything the person can do. Opulent food. Whatever he wants, everything will come. And he has a family, very big family. Lot of wives, and all are very, very beautiful. Physical, no challenge. Social, no challenge. Money wise, no challenge. But there was a big problem. And he was having very deep tension. A worry was there. And he sees the whole world is like useless for me. Everything is there, but still his one desire is not fulfilled. And because of that, he is feeling all this enjoyment is of no value. So that is the level of the mind that can play with us. Even though we are in front of so many people, we will feel alone. We'll see no one is there for me. And that is all is happening at the level of mind. So mind plays a very, very important role. If we have the mind in our control, the mind can be our biggest friend. And if mind is not in our control, the mind is our biggest enemy. And that's what Chitraketu has one desire that is not fulfilled. And that desire is, I do not have a son. He was in deep tension that I am not having a one single son out of so many wives. So he was in big distress that, Are, I have everything, but one thing is missing. And because of one thing is missing, our mind will amplify. Many times, whichever is not there, our mind will say, Dekho, you do not have this one. See, this was especially hairs. If hairs are not there, we see small laborers, they have such a big hairs, and I am struggling to have some hair. So whichever is our deep attention, our mind will be hooked, that will keep coming out. Are these people are enjoying so much beautiful hairs and I do not have small hairs also. So our mind is amplifying a small problem to such a big extent that anything is there in front of me, I will not able to appreciate. So that's why the problem at the mind level is very, very dangerous. And exactly what Arjun is undergoing, the level in the mind level. So Bhagavad Gita is all about how to maintain a healthy life. And Bhagavad Gita will give a systematic upliftment of Arjuna. And that's how is our journey to progress in a systematic manner. So few slides we will skip. So Arjuna was having a deep tension. He has two things to do, either Kul Dharma or his Kshatriya Dharma. And because of dilemma of these two things, he is not able to decide what has to be done, what has to be taken care. And that gives a lot of distress in his mind. So this is what Arjuna is saying. I am sweating. I am not able to lift my bow. My hands are slipping and I am not able to stand. That is the situation of Arjuna, the great warrior, the Gandiva bow, and the person is not able to stand. That is the level of the mind problem. It can happen with anyone. And how Bhagavad Gita systematically help Arjun to come out from that problem. And here Arjun says, I am not able to speak. My mouth is drying up. Because of drying up, I am not able to say any word. My body is shivering. And then, at the time when Bhagavad Gita is starting, the level of Arjuna was full distressed. He is weak. He is not able to decide what has to be done. He is broken from inside. Like very demotivated person, especially if there are multiple problems happen to that person. At the evening time he will be fully flat. Suppose there is a loss happen, business loss, while coming down he got a minor accident, bike got damaged, a leg got damaged, and come home some mobile is stolen. At a time 5-6 problems happen, what is the situation of that person? He will be in deep stress. And that's what Arjun's situation is. Although he is a great warrior, but because of the mind, he is not able to stand with that situation. So that is the state of Arjun. Before Bhagavad Gita, many times people say, अरे भगवत गीता घर में मत रखो, साधु बन जाएगा बेटा, हिमालय चला गया तो. Many times people think, do not keep Bhagavad Gita at home, otherwise my son become a sannyasi. So it's not about making sannyasi. Bhagavad Gita helps us to become a better person. How to handle life distress. And everyone's life, there will be time, there will be situation where we will be in deep stress and we do not know how to handle. And Bhagavad Gita exactly pinpoint what is a root problem. And that's exactly what Arjun is undergoing. And after hearing Bhagavad Gita, then Arjun is saying, Estitosmi, I am now well situated. Where? In his actual identity. And what happened? Smriti labdva. What I have forgotten, I have remembered everything. And then Karishye Vachanam Tava. So Bhagavad Gita is not just a book of reading. It is a book of transformation. If by reading Bhagavad Gita, we are not able to transform ourselves, it means we have not understood the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. See the big transformation of Arjun. He was a distressed, weak person. And now what he is saying is Titosmi, I am well situated. And see, he is now well determined. He knows what I have to do. And then he is doing with full energy. So that is the impact of Bhagavad Gita. Not like, okay, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, khanam, finish. So what? So transform, change happen, zero. Same level. It means we have not understood Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a transformational literature. It will definitely transform our life. Especially our behavior, our character will give big change will happen. And Bhagavad Gita says it will happen. And how it will happen? Lord gives 3 slokas in Bhagavad Gita where Lord says, person who start devotion, What I will give? Dadami buddhi yogam. I'll give the sufficient intelligence. This Horlicks, Bonvita, they will say, use drink, you will get lot of intelligence. Intelligence will not be coming like this. Bhagavad Gita says, Dadami buddhi yogam. I will give the intelligence. Lord gives. And second, in our heart, there is a tama, that is called andhakar, ignorance. And Lord says, I will remove that. So Lord is giving two promises, Dadami buddhi yogam, and second, I am lighting the lamp of knowledge. Teshamevanukampartham aham ajnana tamah nashyamyatma bhavastho jnana deepena bhasvata. Bhasvata means elimination. When we read Bhagavad Gita, implement the principles, then what will happen? Our heart will get sufficient knowledge to take the next step. So it will definitely happen if we read, understand Bhagavad Gita from a devotee of the Lord. Now somebody say, hey, why we need a devotee? We can read from YouTube now. Bhagavad Gita is called Prasadik Grantha. Prasadik Grantha means when we pray sincerely, Lord reveals. It's not a book of mathematics. Read kya aa gaya mere ko. No. When we pray sincerely, Lord reveals through the devotees, and then the real transformation happens. So here we see the transformation of Arjun, and we talked about how it's a very powerful, inspirational, motivation talk of all time. 5,000 years before, the discussion is so relevant now as well as in future as well. That is the power of Bhagavad Gita. Such a powerful, impactful 90 minutes power pack session on motivation. And then Lord says beautifully about what is our real identity. If we are not situated in our real identity, then all problems will happen. So there is a functional identity and there is fundamental identity. So when we are situated in our functional identity, then it will keep changing. So because of changing nature, we are not able to find happiness because every time there's a stress. Like we take house for rent, after 1 year, if the landlord says change the house, then change the house. Then next year, it's too much problem. We want a one house of our own. So that no need to have stress of every time moving from here to there is exactly what we are having. So we are having lot of bodies and we keep changing. Lord is saying there is a fundamental identity of our own. If we are situated in that identity, then our activities will be different. And that's what is called swastha. So we have covered all these things. We will try to skip few things and we have reached it. How to be situated in our fundamental identity and what is our fundamental identity, we will discuss now. So Bhagavad Gita says, Mamai Vansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. That is our fundamental identity. That I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. No one else told us to whom I belong. Lord Shri Krishna tells, you are mine. This is our fundamental identity. And when we are situated in this, then we can act in our right posture. And that is called swastha. Now, how to reach there? The starting step is mantra meditation. When we do japa, we close our eyes, we pray to Lord, do 108 times of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. When we do like this, every day, slowly our heart will change. Especially our mind will change. The mind is, as soon as you close the eyes, can you tell what will come? Everything, including sleep. So especially we are attached to something that will come. Especially all Mataji's ladies, as soon as they close the eyes, they'll say, कल बनाना क्या है खाना? राशन लेके आना था, वो चावल खत्म हो गया है. All things will come related to cooking, because if they are very much in cooking, they'll software engineer, अरे वो बग आ गया यार, सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा, कैसे होगा? वो एक मेमोरी एरर आ रहा है, कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? या फिर स्पेशली people who are money oriented, they'll say, अरे यार टैक्स भरना पड़ेगा. IT filing. So as soon as we close our eyes, whichever is our deep, it will come out. It will come out one by one. कई बार पीछे एग्जाम आ रहा है, पेपर आ गए, पेपर मिस हो गया है. Some people, as soon as they close the eyes, they will come with scene of some movie, Bahubali or Gadar. Something scene will start coming. Why? Because as soon as we close our eyes, our mind will show a big picture of so many previous things. So when we do mantra meditation, it is like cleaning our experiences. And that is very, very powerful mechanism. Many people say, Arey, it's all about our mind. Why to chant on beats? क्या जरूरत है काउंटिंग का? काउंटिंग नहीं करना है, काउंट करने से कम हो जाता है. Many people say, when you do japa, do not count. But our scriptures, our acharya tell very, very clearly, it should be in count. It should be a measurable quantity. So that's where there's a bead bag. There are exactly 108 number of beads, and we can chant like each mantra one at a time. So with this, our mind will be regulated. Kids will say, "Arey, why to go to school? I will study at home." So what will happen? They'll study for very short duration, then they will simply enjoy. But when they have a regular course, a regular exam, their teachers are there, then they will learn systematically. And exactly, spiritual life is also going that direction. We have to be committed. We have to do systematic number of rounds, regular prayers, regular arati. When we do systematic consistently, we'll see a big difference. So regularly we have to chant the names of the Lord. I request everyone, start with one round. Initially, one round will be very difficult. अरे टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है, 10 मिनट, 10 मिनट में एक पूरा एडवर्टाइजमेंट आ जाता है. So what we need to do, at least decide every day morning, every day evening, decide one time, do one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Close your eyes, pray to Lord, my Lord, I want to understand you. Please help me. When we do like this, you will see a transformation. Otherwise, our mind is having a big battle. So many thoughts are keep coming. Even in the dream also, we are dreaming about so many things. Our mind is restless. But with mantra meditation, the first thing that will happen is called Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Cheto means chitta. Chitta means mind. Cheto Darpana. Darpana is called mirror. Marjanam means cleaning. The first thing that it will do is cleaning our mind. When our mind is clean, we can understand who we are. So it's very important to start transformation is when we start chanting. Every day, just one round. Start with one round, 2 round, one morning, one evening. Make sure that you do a regular chanting. When we do a regular chanting, the transformation. Nowadays, what happened? For a small thing, we become so much worried. कुछ भी होता है सबसे पहले टेंशन बहुत आता है, अरे क्या होगा? Slowly you'll see all useless thoughts are going away. And that is where we'll see the power of chanting. And when we do our chanting nicely, our mind will start getting purity. With purity, which is called bhava sanshuddhi. If our mind start purification, then it will reflect in our behavior. If our mind is dirty, soon it will do all dirt outside. So it's very important. Then start cleaning at the root level. People create lot of It's off. Then now it is on. Why so much sound? No, some mic is on. But it's off now. Okay. So when we chant, our mind will get purity. With purity of heart, there will be purity of the conduct. Otherwise, people look nice, but internally, deep inside, there are enjoyment tendency. And because of enjoyment tendency, it is called kama. Kama, krodha, and lobha. These are the virus that have entered into our mind and polluted our mind. And because of that, our mind is diseased. With chanting, we all these levels will be clean. Our mind will be start healthy. With healthy mind, your behavior will be wonderful. Your way of dealing will be wonderful. So, Lord, stress start from the root problem, not from the surface problem. The root is inside heart, mind. There is a corruption of the mind. Clean it, you'll see in the behavior. So when we do with japa, our mind will become cleansed. With mind purity, we can have our body which is start getting purity. So spiritually, the sages, they feel very powerful. As soon as they go there, the environment surcharge. Why? Because of the purity of the heart, where it will reflect in the body. With the body, in fact, when they walk, they go, they talk, it will change the heart very, very fast. So it comes with the purity of the heart. So that is what we'll say when we do our mind start purity, it will reflect in our behavior, it will reflect in our body. So our body will become healthy. Why? When we start eating some junk food, all get disease. So as soon as our mind in control, we'll say, yeah, this is good, this is not good. As soon as we decide, we'll eat what is healthy. But sometimes our mind will say, "Arey, maja chahiye humko to." As soon as we say, I want to enjoy something, we know there is a problem, but mind will force us to do wrong things. So when we start solving our problem at the mind level, then it is very easy to solve. It's like a dam. If there is a small crack, you can fix it easily. But if we do not fix that crack, then it will be big disaster. When heavy water will come, you cannot stop. And that exactly happened to us at the time of the anger. We want to stop, but we cannot. Because it's like a full water. It's called vega. So much force, the anger will come. We'll start speaking in nonsense. Anything come out in speed. What is in our hand, they will just go in air. Because the anger is like a water with a great speed. And why we cannot control the anger? Because it's already in the very big stage. To control the anger, you have to go one step below, and that is called at the level of kama. Sangat sanjayate kama. Kamat krodho abhijayate. So Lord says, find the root problem, fix the root problem, so that there will be not a big problem in front of us. Like if there is a small damage, we can recover very, very fast. But a big damage is so difficult to cure it. So Bhagavad Gita helps us to understand how our mind plays. And very beautiful sloka, Lord says, it should be in the balanced state. You take regular sleep, you wake at regular time, and do your activity in a systematic, disciplined manner. Not ad hoc. One day, movie 2 a.m. sleeping. Next day, 10 o'clock sleeping. So when we disturb our biological clock, it will reflect in our body and it will reflect in various levels. So it's very, very important. Yukta ahara viharasya. We should have a balance of our activities, our sleep, our recreation also. Like go for picnic, every day job, morning, evening, all are tired. So, okay, one day we want a break. Lord encourages. Take a break. Be relaxed because it is very important. to have a regulated life, not an unregulated life. So when we have a balanced things of doing, eating, sleeping, walking, everything, then such is yogo bhavati dukha. Means all the sorrow will go away by having balanced activities. And now we'll talk about the levels in the way of the holistic perspective. When we understand Hare Krishna, you know what? Okay, so first we need to understand what are the various dimensions and what we need to do. Bhagavad Gita and our scriptures help us to understand various levels and start with it's called Sthula Sharira, which is called the gross body, what we see. And then it is having control by senses. There are 5 senses called knowledge acquiring senses. It is called Jnanendriya, like eyes. So eye is our one sense. From eye we get some knowledge. Ears, nose, tongue, and the skin. So these called senses. From on the top of the senses, that is come Sukshma Sharira. And Sukshma Sharira consists of 3 elements: mind, intelligence, and false ego. Because of this Sukshma Sharira that travels from one place to other place, and because of movement from one place to other place, science have no idea. When a person leaves the body, he says the body is same, there only. What is missing? It is called Sukshma Sharira, Atma, and Paramatma. These 3 elements have gone. Many people say, Are, I remember my previous birth. There are so many case studies. How this happened? Because all our memories are stored in brain? No. All our memories are stored in mind. Because it is stored in mind, in the next birth, we do not have the same brain, but we still have the old previous memories. Especially child, suddenly start laughing or suddenly start crying. So why this is happening? Because the child is remembering something of the previous birth. And Garud Puran talks in detail what happened at the time of birth, before birth, after birth, at the time of death, and after death. Science have no access to such knowledge. That's where when we understand the various levels, we can understand how to work on it. But people will say one common question, Sir, time nahi hai hamare paas. No time at all. सब कुछ मिलेगा, टाइम को छोड़ दो बस, मुझसे टाइम मत मांगो. Do not ask for time, especially software engineer. Impossible. टाइम नहीं मांगो, बाकी ले लो, पैसा लेके जाओ. But when we understand that spirituality is basically related to our health, हेल्थ के लिए सबको टाइम निकालना पड़ेगा. अगर अभी टाइम नहीं दिया तो डॉक्टर के पास बैठ के टाइम देना पड़ेगा. Because the body will ask the time. If you do not give the time now, you have to give the time later along with interest. एक बार डैमेज हो गया, विटामिन डी कम हो गया, then it's so difficult to recover. So act now. So how to act? There are all 3 layers. So first layer is called gross body, the body that we see. उसको कैसे अच्छा करेंगे? Through Ayurveda and through Ashtanga Yoga. These 2 are great powerful techniques to maintain this physical body strong and healthy. हमको पता ही नहीं इस मशीन चलती कैसे है. एक कार खरीद के लेके आ गए, उसमें लिखा हुआ है पेट्रोल डालना है इसमें, और लोग क्या करें, डीजल भरने लग गए. अरे बाबा, इसको बोला पेट्रोल डालना है, क्या करे, डीजल भर दिया तो क्या होगा, इंजन खराब हो जाएगा. Exactly, we do not know our this human machine work. कुछ भी डाले जा रहे हैं, गुड 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 गुड. टीवी में कुछ दिखाया, रियल जूस विच इज नॉट रियल एट ऑल. रियल जूस, टुक 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 टुक, soft drink, hard drink, so many drinks have come. We do not know what our body need. डीजल चाहिए, पेट्रोल बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, तो क्या होगा? It will reflect in disease. So Ayurveda and Yoga tell us how to maintain this body. And very, very beautifully they describe about dinacharya. What time you should wake, what time you should sleep, when you should eat, how much food you should eat. It is mentioned your stomach is some X quantity. Only 50% you have to fill. 50%. अगर 4 चपाती खाने की कैपेसिटी है तो आपको 2 ही खाना है. फिर क्या करना है? 1/4 you have to keep with the water and 1/4 you have to keep with the air. That is a good healthy food. 50% से ज्यादा खाया है, that will result in disease, acidity, constipation, and from there so many other diseases will start come. So Ashtanga Yoga and Ayurveda help us to maintain our good health. Then second level is our subtle body, which is called Sukshma Sharir, and that is composed of mind and intelligence. उसको कैसे मेंटेन करेंगे गुड हेल्थ? Yoga, mantra and scriptures. When you do mantra meditation, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we speak this mantra, it purifies our mind. जितना भी थॉट्स आता है, ठक ठक ठक, आंखें बंद करते पूरा पिक्चर चलेगी. But when you do japa, slowly our mind will get purified. इंटेलिजेंस को कैसे हेल्दी बनाएंगे? थ्रू स्क्रिप्चर्स. When people read the book, the intelligence level increases. When we read a scriptural books, then the intelligence will be able to decide things better. So intelligence need to be sharpened. Kushagra. कैसे? Study of scriptures. Or third one is called our own self, which is called Atma. And we have forgotten our identity. When we connect to Supreme Lord, then our heart will be fully satisfied. And that is the all levels we should understand. If we all 3 levels are following, that is called holistic health. And that is how we should maintain our entire whole being. टुकड़ों में काम नहीं करना है, और टेम्पररी फिक्स होता है वैसा नहीं करना है. वी हैव टू डू अ प्रॉपर फिक्स so that it will work properly. So people who says no time for spirituality, eventually they are simply saying no time for my own health. So no excuse please, is your own health. So you have to understand and set the priority. If we do not set the priority, again it will come back in some form of disease. So it's very, very important. Decide some time, read some Bhagavad Gita sloka, do japa, and we all identify somewhat early in our everyday morning session. We do japa, then we do prayers, and then we do study of scriptures. So all these 3 things every day morning, if we do, our whole day is very, very fully surcharged. We learn something and we implement in our life. So in this way, that will be a holistic health approach, not a partial. Next day morning, सुबह running के लिए शुरू हो गए. So we have to take care of our mind also. So this is our last slide, and it is very simple, and it will help us whenever we are in deep tension, too much stress is there. So this is a very, very familiar chart for software engineers. Every time design diagrams will come, some arrow will come this side, they say not this side, it should go this side. Everywhere, whenever the planning starts, there will be arrows here and there, it will hitting some blocks. This is exactly. Cannot see? It's time for our eyes checkup. Shiv Ranjani Mataji, can you see that one? Impossible. Not much clear? Okay, I'll speak. Our journey start. Do you have a problem in your life? Everyone say yes. No need to ask. There is a no option of no. It goes to second stage. So there is a no decision making. Everyone by default have some problem. Can you do something to solve that problem? Yes or no? So there are two paths. If there is a problem that we cannot solve, then what we need to do? Pray to Lord. That's all we can do. Anyhow, we cannot do anything. So what we should do? Pray to Lord. And if we have a capability to solve that problem, then solve the problem. As simple as that. After putting your effort, whether the problem is solved, yes or no. If problem solved, then relax. Why to worry? Problem is solved. If after our endeavors, if after our hard work, still the problem is not solved, then pray to Lord. After praying to Lord, what? Be relaxed. You cannot do anything else. So, in any case, the fundamental principle is do not worry at any situation. Every time you will get some problem. If you have something to solve, do it. No need to worry. Act on it. If something is there you cannot solve, pray to Lord, be relaxed. Anyhow, you cannot do anything. Abhi, there is a very important meeting and cab did not come. Now, what you can do? Either you can book the another cab or you wait, otherwise you send a message, sir, I cannot come, no cab available today. In any case, no need to be worried. And that's what the Bhagavad Gita will help us. There are something in our control. Please do that. There are something that you cannot control. Leave that to Lord. And it is mentioned, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Which is in your hands, whatever activities you can do, please do to your best effort. ऐसा नहीं है सन्यासी बन के बैठ गए. Whatever responsibility you have, do it nicely. अर्जुन को बोलता, अर्जुन बोलता मैं चला जाता हूँ हिमालय, भिक्षा मांग के खाऊंगा बस. भगवान बोले किधर जाते हो? प्लीज परफॉर्म योर ड्यूटीज वेरी वेल विथ फुल एनर्जी. ऐसे काम नहीं करना है. So whatever in our control, our job, our work, whatever is there, do with full energy, 100%. Whichever is not in our control, pray to Lord, be relaxed. With this, we'll end here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.